Alright, what's up guys? So, Hot T, she has uploaded a video titled I watched Trisha Paytas 400 videos on Ethan Klein, so you don't have to. Yeah, it makes sense that Trisha did some stuff. I honestly feel like Trisha is going back to her old ways. I'm like, man, he was doing so good, and then they just decided, hey, you know what? I'm done. I'm done being good Trisha Paytas. I want to be, old Trisha Paytas. And it's like, no, don't. Like, don't do that, please. Just stay far away from that. But anyways, let's go ahead and get into this video, guys. If you haven't, make sure you go show the most amount of love support to Hot T, and do the same for her personal channel Raven Hemi and her business channel Build Your Pocket. And in the last video, she did talk on some stuff, how she was doing like this like school like program thing to help y'all on certain classes. So I would definitely recommend to go check that out, ask her about it and all of that. But anyways, yeah, let's go ahead and check out this video. It's like, if I ever learn how to like play the piano, I want that to like be like, I want that to be like the opening to like a day of like me and Ray, we ever do a collaboration video. I want it to like start off with just me just killing it on the piano and stuff, playing this song. I don't even freaking know the song's name, but I want to play like a whole version of it, and or either just like improvise it and just come up with my own thing, and then yeah, then it leads into our collaboration. Ray comes in, spits a hot freestyle real quick. Oh, here we go. Dang. Dang, she ain't stop, or they ain't stopping. Oh my god.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is going
That's
to be
a
part
lot,
3 of the entire fiasco that's been going on with frenemies. I highly suggest watching the first
just a big shout out to Ray for you're looking at all of these different videos and you're turning it into a 15-minute video, well, almost a 15-minute video, but still, like, Ray is without doubt one of the most like talented YouTubers, I had to say, talented and hardworking YouTubers I've ever came across. I mean, cause ain't no way I sat there and watched all those Trisha Paytas videos and stuff. I'm trying to think, like, has there ever been a time I sat down and watched it? Well, I know it's like, I think it was like previous times where I've watched like the short videos, but not these long ones. I can't do that. But anyways,
to get all of the details if you don't know what's going on. Although this might be chronologically a little bit before and after the response video that Ethan made, so it's just, everything's just all over the place. I apologize. But in this video, we're going to be going over all of the tweets that both Trisha and Ethan shared the last 48 hours on Twitter, and then deleted. And we're going to look at Trisha's side and their videos on the matter. But before we get into all of it, make sure to subscribe to this channel and turn on your post notifications, and comment something down below. Alright, let's get into it. So if you guys don't know the situation, here's a little recap. There has been a lot of tension between Trisha and Ethan. Frenemies might have come to an end. They had a huge argument.
I wouldn't end the shot. I wouldn't. No. I've been like, I just have it where they just be guest appearances until I find like a person that can like, take the spot. But I would not end the show. I'm like, no. I'm like, Trisha, my thing is like, Trisha Paytas, she's the one that walked down the show. It wasn't like we had like the show walked away from her. I don't even know if that makes sense. But anyways, regardless, I know if I had been Ethan, I wouldn't have ended the show. So
episode this week that should have not been made public. I think we can all agree on that. Initially, the episode was released on Monday for paid members of the H3 channel to see. People who saw the episode earlier gave Trisha a lot of heat. Then out of nowhere, before the episode was released to everyone else, Trisha put out a video on her channel saying that they would be stepping down from frenemies. This was a huge shock to most, since the majority of viewers are not subscribed to the membership. Then the episode was out and a whole storm followed. Since then, Trisha has put out multiple videos. Both Ethan and Trisha have tweeted a lot of private messages and expressed their thoughts on the situation. Then they both deleted everything. However, in the last 12 hours or so, Trisha has been at it again and went in full-on defense mode. I'm not going to read all of Trisha's tweets, deleted and new, but here are some of the main things they said and their main points. Alright, let's start off with Ethan's tweets, since he was the one to first talk about the situation on Twitter after Trisha's first video came out. He first tweeted, "Okay, I'm starting to get upset about all this. Our crew is getting hate from Trisha's fans on their personal accounts, and I'm losing my cool. The crew has done nothing but support her and work their This is off every week, and the treatment they are getting is unacceptable.
Yeah.
While Trisha
I've always spoke on stuff like that where, even it's like, because I've been in situations like that where I have gotten into it with somebody, and then that person would go after like people around me. And that's one of the things I just don't understand. It's like, what did they do to you at the end of it? Because I'm like, if they say something to you that has you into, because that's what I'm all like. My thing is like, my fans, I want to be able to set them up to where, if somebody approaches you and they start acting crazy and stuff, and it's because, oh, like, they're beefing with me and things, they're like, oh, I'm here because I'm bothering you because I don't like TMossBoss. Like, at the end of the day, that's dumb, it's stupid, it doesn't even make any sense. But that's what I'm gonna, like, Ray done motivated me to come out with my own classes. I'm going to I'm gonna be coming out with roasting classes. So yeah, you guys, I want y'all to sign up for these classes. It's gonna be like some kung fu type stuff. Like, you're gonna start off as a white belt, and then you gotta say some stuff where it's like, you gotta get me to cry. You gotta get me to cry, and then and it's gonna take some time. Like, I'm like that last boss in this big giant tower, right? Last boss in the big giant tower, and you gotta do whatever it takes to make me cry. And if you don't do it, you gotta start all over again. But anyways, no, but it's like, that's honestly what I would want my fans to do. Like, if there's ever a time where a person approaches you and they start acting crazy because you're a fan of me, and, roast them. I don't care what you say to them, roast them. Just don't say anything that's like, wishing death on anybody. But seriously, like, roast their ankles or something. Roast their kneecaps. Roast their elbows, Say that your elbows ain't too pointy. It's like, you could go and rub it against it. It's like, there's that one scene in that 2003 Hulk movie, and he was just rubbing his elbow, like, when he was transforming and getting all crazy and stuff, and he just tore up a whole wall. I'm like, you got elbows like that, but they're old, clammy, and they look freaking moldy. But anyways.
Complaining about money. Every single cent I've ever made from the Frenemies is tied up in Frenemies merch that doesn't come out for another month, of which you still will get 50% of the profits paid for, designed, produced by us, and I'm treating her unfairly. I reached out to Trisha an hour ago saying that I wasn't happy with how she handled this and how unfair it was, and instead of talking to me and handling it privately, she put out another 20-minute video that caused my crew to get so much hate they are now privating their Instagrams. At the end of the day, Frenemies was a beautiful experiment that I will always cherish. I've learned and grown so much from the experience and have Trisha to thank for that. She's been a dear friend of mine throughout, and I'll always be grateful for all that she's done for us. And here are Trisha's tweets, a very, very small portion of them, since they flooded Twitter with so many tweets, but these are their main points. If you want the full thread of tweets, go to Def Noodles' Twitter. In response to Ethan's tweet about Trisha complaining about money and his money being tied into Frenemies merch, Trisha responded saying, "You keep switching. Is it to pay employees, production costs, or now it's merch? Like what?" She then showed these text messages from Ethan for like absolutely no reason at all. Like, it's not really proving much. She first asked for 55-45. He first asked for 55-45, and then he was like, JK, how about 60-40? We can just do 50-50 on revenue, and then the main episode from sponsors, we can split it differently. He basically just being like, explaining himself. So I don't know what she thought was gonna happen when she posted these. And then she also tweeted saying, "I was never rude to them," talking about the crew. "I know nothing about what you pay them, and I don't care to know."
Like, okay, my thing is it's just, I hate when people do stuff like that. Like, you're clearly doing something in order to have it where your fans are attacking them. So it's like, you can say, like, you've never been rude to them, and you can say that you've never, but you did something in order to get your fans to go after them. So if it's you not being rude, what is it? Like, why? Okay, my question is just like, why are your fans going after them in the first place? Like, that's the type of stuff, like, I've dealt with people like that before. Like, I didn't do anything. It's like, look, please don't play that game with me. Please don't. Own up to the stuff that you do, okay? Just please just do that. If you're going to do something, just please do that.
No, it was never about them. does she really not care to know? Because she said multiple times that she would like to know exactly how much of the 5% is going to what. So like, And then in this part, like honestly, this part doesn't make sense at all. Ethan texted saying we're splitting the 30% for the merch, which is typically our profit margin. And then in a tweet, she said, this is a lie. I'm getting 15%, which is fine because you putting up the money. Nowhere did you say Frenemies highlights was the money going into buying the product. I'm still not mad, but
So
why mislead saying I'm getting 50% of profits when it's 15% of what you're telling me is profits. Oh my god, guys, I'm not even kidding you. I'm triggered by this math. I'm not okay right now. Trisha, there is a difference between profit and revenue. 70% is going into the production costs of the merch, which makes sense. You've put out merch many, many times before. You know how that works. Like, I'm in disbelief that after doing YouTube for so many years, Trisha doesn't know the difference between profit and revenue. Like, she's released so much before. Like, does she actually have no clue what's going on, or is she just pretending to be stupid for like no reason? She's not even making a point here. And she goes on to say, I'm triggered as clueless. Right now. Same. I didn't respond to his text because I'm pissed. He said I'm being unfair when he was rude as to me, telling me I just show up, patronizing me, saying I'm in perfectly stable condition. I was in shock. I still am. His crew is getting hate. My entire Twitter, YouTube, TikTok is how I haven't changed. I'm evil, rude, greedy, money hungry. I'm getting insane amount of hate. Well, Trisha, now it's just a question of whether it's well deserved or not. After that, Trisha deleted everything and apologized for showing messages, although later kept on reposting them.
None of it made any sense.
They really are sorry about showing the DMs. Trisha said, I made videos trying to explain myself and clarify, but they've all fallen flat and made things worse. There's nothing more I can say or want to say. Deleted all my tweets from last night. I shouldn't have shown private conversations. I apologize. I apologize for everything. This got blown out of proportion. I don't want enemies. I've tried really hard to make amends with people I've been in drama with. I don't want it. Moving on, Trisha has also uploaded about 5 videos after their initial stepping back from Frenemies video that honestly are the same points over and over and over again. One of the videos was actually addressed to Gabby Hanna, since the title of the episode was talking about Gabby Hanna. Let's start with this video. Trisha put this one on their second channel, the other ones are on the main one. They made it very clear that the Frenemies fight had nothing to do with Gabby and that she is not the cause or reason for it. Trisha said, Gabby Hanna, you still suck. You're a scary ass bitch and you are a apologist. Then later adds, don't think for a second that that last Frenemies episode had anything to do with you. Basically, it was a message to Gabby to not think Trisha is that hooked on Gabby still. Although you guys know, I think they are both obsessed with each other.
Gabby Hanna, you still suck. You are a scary and you are a rape apologist. Those phone calls prove that you are an actual rape apologist, which you denied, and you are the lowest, most disgusting form of human being ever. And don't think for a second that that last Frenemies episode of views had anything to do with you. You suck, you suck, you suck.
The other videos
like all like winded out, like. Dang, I don't think I've ever. I remember, and if that's all from just doing videos, I remember back in the day, like, I remember in 2015 and a little bit 2016, I was doing freaking probably 20 to 30 videos a day, and I never felt winded out. I still was all like, okay, like, when am I going to record my next bit of videos and stuff? So, trying to, work on being that person again, but. Yeah, I'm like, what is she? I'm like, you need to relax. You need to calm down. You need to relax, all right? You just need to take you a breather and just chill. But
Trisha's saying that they're sorry. They didn't mean to upset the fans and everyone else. And also to clarify their points. But then Trisha responded on Ethan's response to her video. All of the videos are monetized, by the way. And it's a whole mess. A lot of the comments were like,
she's trying to make
bank
off of
contradicting
this.
yourself, you manipulate the narrative, you twist the words and not give the full context at times. Some of Trisha's points or contradictions were that they never wanted to entirely get rid of the crew, but wanted to have someone assigned to Trisha to help with their ideas, and they mentioned a producer.
Okay, then hire an assistant.
Like, I don't like hiring people just because I've seen it go wrong too many times. Trisha was talking specifically about hiring fans and employees in general.
But the problem with it for me is, like, if I do mess up, if I do screw up, you know, then you have someone that loved you so much and now they're so jaded by you, they're so slighted by you that it all, any little mishap or something that didn't sit right, like it becomes this big thing. And in general, I don't hire employees because I've just seen it turn south so many times, and it's not a bad thing, but it's like, and I was like, they're like, you should hire her. And they're like, no pressure about it, obviously, whatever. And I was like, you know, again, it's not anything personal. It's just like, I don't know if I have enough work for somebody. I would be a horrible boss.
Like, imagine like you being in the Starbucks and she just walks up on you saying that. I'm like, hey, look, I don't know what's going on in your life, but I do hope things get better. I'm just here to get me a caramel frappuccino with extra caramel. Like, that's why I'm like that. I'm not up here for any. I might get me a bacon sandwich, but I don't know, because I'm still debating. Like, I'm not really that hungry, but I know I get home I probably will be hungry. But I just came up here for my Starbucks. Like, but I hope things get better. You know, stay blessed. I just walked off. I'd be like, yeah, I gotta go. Like, you know, my imaginary kids, like, their school's getting ready to end, and you know, it's like it's June, school is out. I'm like, well, they're stupid and they're in, you know, summer school and stuff. So I gotta, you know, I gotta go pick them up. I'm saying, like, you know, you gotta make up some stuff to, you know, get rid of, like, when people and they just going off like that about nothing. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, just please, just answer that question. What's going on here?
Everyone can clearly tell, like, I'm just a really horrible boss. It wasn't like, oh, you didn't ask me to hire her. Like, that wasn't it. And it's just so many things are just so misconstrued.
Another point was Trisha disagreeing with Ethan's statement, saying I shouldn't have to walk on eggshells around you or having to keep them happy. Trisha said that they are not that demanding. They are not trying to be in that type of environment, and they always have agreed with what the team comes up with.
You know, in the long stream of things that I'm willing to do to keep her happy.
It's not another reason I don't want to be there. I don't want that work environment. Like, I'm trying to keep you happy because I don't think I make that many demands. Like, it'd be cool to have someone for frenemies because obviously the H3 people are busy and I'm not their boss at all. So it'd be cool
So,
not to be a boss, but to have someone like assigned to frenemies.
But that is so not true. Like, Trisha wanting to have a say in where the revenue goes towards, asking for a separate set in a whole new place, not agreeing to move the show to H3's new studio.
I'm saying, like, Ray, like, if or when you see this video, let's do a comedy, like, skit one day. Let's just do a comedy skit. I'll be Trisha Paytas. I'll legit go out, buy me a blonde wig, and just, because I feel like I can, like, ramble and go off about some stuff. Like, it's definitely going to, you know, just take me some time to, like, okay, what can I talk about? What can I say? All of that. But I was saying, like, we should just do a comedy skit one day where it's, yeah, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. You know, I'll give y'all my best. I will give you guys my best Trisha Paytas impersonation of all time. Like, what can we even call the video? We gotta call it, let's not do that, because, you know, last time you did some stuff on Trisha Paytas and she tried to take you down, and okay, never mind. Mission failed. We'll get him next time. But anyways,
that is all big demands and expensive ones at that. Well, as far as we know, Trisha does not have stakes in frenemies or H3. I think most of us realize that Trisha is more of a talent or host on the podcast. They bring in a lot of the audience, but they're
kind of like a WWE situation where it's like, you know, Vince McMahon, like, and the wrestlers and stuff. You know, I guess, like, to give like, you know, my fans a better a better example and stuff. But yeah, you know, that does make sense to me.
Involved in production otherwise, or the behind the scenes in the way that H3 thinks that they should be. And also, Trisha has said so many times, don't text me about the show or the topics, don't bother me. In almost every single episode, they ask, can we bring so-and-so on the podcast? You can say that they could be joking, but once again, Trisha is contradicting themselves the more they try to debunk Ethan's statements. We all want to see Trisha and Ethan work this out, and sure, it would be fun to see more of Trisha's ideas, but the way Trisha presents all of this is just super confusing. I still think Trish does not understand how much work goes into producing the show, as well as how much people work on it and how much that they deserve to earn. Also, her wanting contracts now, or mentioning that Ethan hasn't provided it at all. Okay, you can't tell me that there's no contract between them. And if you, Trisha, always make sure there are contracts with the people that you work with, why didn't didn't you demand that from the very beginning?
There was no contracts. It's the text you see. How about 50-50? How about 45-55? Like, if there's a contract that says like, hey, we're renting this for 3 years and I'm on it too. I'm also in charge of footing that bill or whatever the case may be. Like, so be it. Like do the contracts. Have a contract. I mean, that's like the basic thing I do on sets is have contracts with people. Even with the merch stuff, he had texted me like, I'm screwed on the merch because they put up the money. And I was like, I'm happy to promote it. I will take 0%, $0. I'll let people know because people are so upset about this money thing. And I literally don't care about the money. And I was like, I will still happily promote this merch.
The text messages you've shown can't be the only agreements. They are probably just quick updates between them. I mean, we recently talked about H3 potentially getting sued by Triller, and they already have won a huge lawsuit. You mean to tell us that there are no contracts at all? Alright, sure. And Ethan stated that they sent Trisha statements for production costs and everything every single month. In Trisha's part 2 Ethan Lies video, they go on to respond to Ethan's response video. Some of the main points that they made were Trisha completely going off on Ethan, saying he is manipulative, lying about details, saying he isn't even watching her full videos, relying on AB to summarize them, and that he is not getting the full picture.
They were already on salary. People act like all in front of me is paying for their whole budget, but they work for them around the clock. They do H3 stuff. He's acting like it doesn't even cover all the cost. Like, you also get 100% of highlights.
She starts tweeting out our DMs, and this
You started tweeting. Don't tell me about Audacity. I said nothing about our private tweets.
In the same video, Trisha completely disregards Ethan's mental health. Like, they literally skip over the parts where Ethan talks about how this situation has affected his mental health. And as we all know, Trisha is an advocate for mental health awareness and brings it up in a lot of conversations, especially in their big fights. Trisha was like, I go to therapy 4 times a week. I'm really trying my best not to lash out. And they even brought up their mental health issues in all of the response videos. A lot of the comments on them were like, why did you skip right when Ethan was talking about his mental health? Why is it that it's important?
That's what people do. It's all like, that's like the main part of the video that like, and that's stuff I've dealt with myself. There'd be like main things I'll say in the video and people would just skip right past that. I'm like, what about the one part of the video I talked on that more so? You literally talked on the intro and the outro of my video. Like, what about that middle part right there? So that's why I'm like, hey, yo, watch everything so you can get a better example. But that's crazy, though. Like, she speaks so much on that. And then it's like, for you to skip out that one thing, it's like, what's up with that?
When it comes to you, so we can understand how you can react, but you don't apply the same attention when it comes to Ethan's mental state.
You have been so mean. Go watch our beginning relationship about Moses and how I'm this awful person. I'm never allowed to trust. He has been so vile. Look at those early clips of them talking about our relationship. He is vile. And yes, he's grown up a lot, but he's a vile person.
Overall, all of Trisha's videos were full of contradictions, and it's really hard to see her side because Trisha starts off by saying how grateful they are, that they appreciate everything Frenemies has given them, saying they are extremely nice and respecting towards the crew, but then very quickly switching the narrative to Ethan is a liar, he's manipulative, and keeps going off on him. Trisha also made a TikTok addressing not being manic over the whole situation, stating that they are mentally okay.
Guys, I'm coming to do this on TikTok because I've already posted way too many videos about this subject, but I just want to say and clarify that I'm mentally okay. A lot of people are like, Trisha's manic, and I'm not manic. I've done some impulsive things, and I regret the past 48 hours. Like, I wish it could just all be a reset button and none of this ever happened. But it did, and that can't happen. I haven't felt great. I feel really sick about everything, but I'm mentally stable. I have control over my episodes. I have control over my triggers. I had a manic high for the first time in a long time a couple weeks ago, but this is not a manic low for me. I'm just trying to clarify and rectify things that are being said on the internet. I am not one to run away from issues that people have with me. I apologize if this comes across as me manic addressing things, because I'm not. I don't want to worry anyone.
So that is all, at least for now. Let me know what you think about this whole mess. Do you think maybe this will all blow out, or is this the official end of Frenemies? Because this is the third time.
I think it's the end.
Let me know all your opinions on this down below. All I know is that Thanksgiving dinners are just going to be really awkward for this family. Yeah, that was it for today's video.
That's what I'm saying. That wedding is going to be
Please make sure
awkward.
to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. I post new videos every single week. Bye.
Yeah, that wedding is gonna be so awkward. That'd be a wedding I'm like, nah, I ain't gonna be able to make it because I just know how weird it's gonna be. So Maybe next time, you gotta throw the guns in to, just, I guess, to lighten the situation. But anyways, yeah, I just think that, people just need their time away from each other, and then, when things, get normal and just overall, like, back to, yeah, just when things get normal, I feel like, stuff will be a little bit better. But anyways, good video as always. Guys, make sure you go subscribe to Hot Tea. She always puts in work in these videos. Make sure you subscribe to her main channel, of course, her personal channel, Rahimi, and her business channel, Build Your Pocket. Like, subscribe to me too, and I will talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching, and peace.